Hello students, welcome to AIMS India online classes. This is a chemistry session. Here we are discussing about water chapter. Let us see first about the introduction of this chapter. We know water is the second most important life sustaining substance for life, isn't it? The first one, what is the first one? It is air. Without air, we cannot survive even for few minutes also, isn't it? So the next to air, the second most important substance for the survival of life is water. Even without water, also we cannot survive even for few hours, few days also. Within 1 or 2 days, the people may die because of lack of water. So water is the second most important life-sustaining substance. Water occurs all over the earth. Yes, all over the earth, water is available. Water covers nearly three-fourths of the earth's surface in the form of rivers, seas, oceans, lakes, ponds, etc. That's why if we see any globe or picture of earth, it seems mostly blue color. What is blue color representing? Water, the presence of water on the earth's surface. Because earth's surface, nearly three-fourths of the earth's surface is completely covered with water. One fourth only is available as a land for the living of all the remaining um, land animals, human beings and land animals and plants. Remaining three-fourths the surface of the earth is covered with water in the form of seas, oceans, rivers, ponds, lakes, etc. Not only in the on the surface of the earth, water is available under the ground also in the form of groundwater, isn't it? We collect this groundwater often in the form of bore wells and with motors. So water is available on the surface of the earth, and even it is also present under the layers of the earth in the form of groundwater. So water is also found under the ground in the not only under the ground and on the surface of the earth. This water is also available in the atmosphere also. In the atmosphere, water is present in the form of moisture, mist, clouds, etc. So we can say this water is occurring all over the earth, all over in the universe. It is present on the surface of the earth. It is present under the grounds of the earth, under the ground in the form of groundwater, and even the same water is available in the atmosphere also in the form of water vapor, moisture, mist, clouds in the different forms. Okay, water is a common chemical substance that is essential for the survival of all the known forms of life. Yes, not only for the human beings. Water is very important for the survival of all the known forms of life. That means for the animals, plants, human beings, even for microorganisms also, water is very essential for their survival. Around 70% of our body is made up of water, isn't it? In our total weight of our body, around 70% is completely because of water. So water is essential for industries and for power generation and for transport by seaway. Not only in our human body and living things, it is also useful in other purposes also, like industries. In many industries, water is used in large quantity for running of their automobiles and for power generation also. In the power generation also, water is used. That energy or electricity produced from the water is called hydroelectricity. And not only there, even this water is used in the agricultural field also in a large quantity. For cropping, for fielding, also water is used. And even for transport also, water is used. These ships or launches, these move with the goods on the seas because of water. So, in different ways, water is very useful for us. Occurrence of this water in the free state. Where does this water occur? We know water is found in both the free state and in the combined state, isn't it? In combined state with the other chemicals, and in the free state also this water is available. In free state, water occurs in again three different states, that is solid, liquid and gaseous forms. It is found in the combined state in the certain minerals and the crystalline substances. Okay, in this way, water is available in the free state as well as in the combined state. In the free state, water exists in the three different states. Physical state like a solid, liquid, and gases. Where do you exist in solid form? Do you know? Water is existing in the solid form in the glaciers, isn't it? In the liquid form, in normal on the earth surface, it is existing in the liquid form largely, in the form of oceans, rivers, and lakes. And in the gaseous form, it is available in the atmosphere in the vapor form. More that is called moisture, humidity. In this way, water is available in the free state in the three physical states: solid, liquid, and gaseous forms. The same water, it is existing in the combined state also. Water is found in the combined state in certain minerals, which are called as hydrated salts. And even in crystalline substances also, water is available. For example, if we say hydrated sodium carbonate, which is called as washing soda, Na2CO3 10H2, it is chemical formula. So in that, there are certain water molecules in its crystalline form. So those crystals in the water molecules are called, those minerals which are containing water molecules in their structure are called hydrated salts. Okay, in that form, water is just in the combined state. Now let us see free states of water. Sorry. Let us see now here free states of water. In free state, water occur in solid, liquid, and gaseous states. Let us see first about free solid state. Sorry. In a solid state occurs as ice, snow, hailstones, and in polar regions and mountain areas. As the temperature rises during summer, some amount of these forms will melt down and convert into a liquid form. Okay, if you see in the mountain polar regions, most of the mountains are completely covered with this ice. This ice is the solid form of water. But in summer seasons and because of rising temperatures, these mountains covered with the ice slowly starts melting. This melted ice converts into water. And in the liquid form, water is this liquid form of water is the most common state of which where water exists. Most of the liquid water is found in the oceans and seas. Of course, some quantity is present in the rivers, lakes, ponds, and these all, but most of the water is found in the oceans and seas, like in the liquid form. Apart from this, liquid water is also found in rivers, lakes, streams, and other water bodies. Water available in the above sources is called surface water. Whatever we told here, oceans, seas, lakes, rivers, streams, these all are present on the surface of the earth. So in these all forms, water is available on the surface of the earth. That's why these sources of water are called surface water. Okay. In addition to surface water, water is also available under the earth's surface. This is called underground water. Okay. In addition to surface water, water is available under the earth's surface, under the layers of the earth. Often this is called underground water or groundwater. Okay. This we collect with bore wells and wells. This is called groundwater. So water is available in two forms: surface water and groundwater. Liquid water is available in two forms. Surface water means the water which is available on the surface of what earth. This is like seas, oceans, rivers, lakes, streams, etc. Same liquid water is also available under the layers of the earth also. That water available under the layers of the earth is called groundwater, under the ground. Okay, that is about liquid state of water. Next, gaseous state of water. In gaseous state, water exists as water vapor in the atmosphere. The water vapor exists in the atmosphere is called humidity. And even the same water vapor available in the form of clouds and mist also. Okay, clouds, fog, mist, and moisture, humidity, etc. These all contain water vapor in condensed form. Okay, see, these are the different forms of water: clouds, mist, and dissolve. So, in this way, water, free water, is available in three physical states: solid state in the polar regions and ice caps. Mostly, their water is in the freezed state, that is called solid state. In the liquid form, largely water is available in the liquid state on the surface of the earth, like oceans, rivers, ponds, rivers, and these all, and under the layers of the earth in the form of groundwater. And in the gaseous state, it exists as moisture, clouds, fogs, mist, and etc. Okay, that's about three states of water. Next, occurrence of water in combined state. We told water is available in the free state as well as in the combined state. Now we are going to see here about combined state where water is existing. Water exists in combined state in tissues of plants and animals. It has been estimated that 70 to 80% of our body weight is plants or animals is in the form of water in the combined state. Is not only for the human beings, even for the other animals and plants, around 70 to 80% of their body is made up of water which is in the combined state. Okay, you know, our human body weight is around 70% of human body weight is made up of water. Okay, what is the importance of this water in the human life? Is it useful to us? Of course, it is very important. In the human body, processes like digestion, circulation, and excretion of are largely regulated with the help of water. Yes, for the digestion of food which we have taken, and for the circulation of some other fluids and food, and for the excretion of waste materials. In these all processes, largely water is very helpful. These all are regulated by the water itself. Water dissolves all the salts and nutrients present in the food consumed by us. So the salts and nutrients present in present in the food which you have consumed, these all will dissolve into water. These are then absorbed by our body. So the salts which are dissolved to water will be carried by the water into different parts of our body. There, these salts and nutrients will be absorbed by body. In that way, for the absorption of salts and nutrients, water is very useful in our body. Blood, which is made up of mostly water, carries dissolved food materials to cells. Okay, blood, it is one of the body fluids. It is mostly made up of water, which carries dissolved food materials to the cells. An aqueous medium is required to carry out all the metabolic reactions in the body. That aqueous medium is water. So, water carries all the metabolic reactions in our body. For the conduction of these metabolic reactions in the body, not only in the human beings, in even the animals and plants also, all the metabolic reactions require certain aqueous medium. So, without water, these reactions cannot occur. With the help of water only, these all reactions are being happened in our body. So, water is very essential and important for the human life. Next, water pollution. The water is very good dissolving substance. This is one of the important properties of water. Water can dissolve many substances into it. Almost all the substances they dissolve into water. Of course, some they dissolve very quickly and large quantity, and some they dissolve very slowly and very rare quantity. But most of the substances they dissolve into water. Because of this reason, water is called specially as universal solvent. Have you heard this? Water is called universal solvent because it can dissolve many substances into it. That is why it is a reason why it is very unusual to find really pure water on this planet. We cannot find the most pure water on this earth because although it may be dissolving certain substances into it immediately. We cannot find pure water on the earth planet. Okay, why? Because water can dissolve almost all the substances into it. Whatever the available substances are there, they dissolve immediately into water. That's why it is very unusual to find real pure water on the planet. Okay, as water falls through the atmosphere and down into the surface of the earth, it dissolves a large variety of substances. Most of these substances are unwanted and harmful for the humans and other living beings. Okay, as water falls through the atmosphere while raining, where it comes from the atmosphere, from the clouds, it comes down to the surface of the earth. While coming down like that, it dissolves large varieties of substances. Some gaseous components they dissolve into water, and some impurities, dust particles, and dissolve will be dissolved into this water while coming down onto the earth. So most of these substances are unwanted and harmful for the humans and other, even not only for the humans, for the other living beings also. So they are unwanted. Thus, water become polluted by dissolving these substances. So how water is safe for making for drinking? How water is made safe for drinking? We told many substances are being dissolved into water. Most of them are unwanted for the consumption of humans and other living things. So then, how this water is made safe for drinking? Even clean water may also not be safe for drinking as it might contain harmful bacteria and germs. Some water which we collect may seem very clear. Even though it is seen very clear, it may not be safe for drinking as it may contain some harmful bacteria and germs which cannot be seen with the naked eye. So there are simply three ways to eliminate harmful microorganisms. Okay, we can eliminate these all microorganisms with a simple three ways. One of them is by boiling. Small quantities of water can be made safe for drinking purpose by boiling it for 10 to 15 minutes. During this time, all the germs and bacteria are killed. So we can take small quantity of water into a bowl or a dish, and if it is boiled for few minutes, around 10 to 15 minutes, if it is boiled, then what happens? The bacteria, germs, whatever are present in the water will be killed, and that water will become safe for drinking. After cooling, that water can be taken for drinking. So in that way, water is made safe for drinking by boiling. This is one of the simplest methods of purification of water, boiling it. Okay. Another method is chemical treatment. Boiling water is time consuming and expensive. To avoid this difficulty, water is treated with chlorine, which kills germs and bacteria. So, boiling water is generally done, but it is time consuming and expensive because it needs more fuel for boiling water around 10 to 15 minutes. So, to avoid this difficulty, often water is treated with chlorine, which kills germs and bacteria simply. Explorers and soldiers, they are supplied with chlorine tablets because these people will go to far away and they have to live from the society for few days, isn't it? So they cannot boil there with their availability. Often they cannot boil this water, whatever available for them. In that condition, they are supplied with certain chlorine tablets. When these chlorine tablets are dissolved into the water available to them, they liberate chlorine gas, which kills the germs and bacteria present in that water. Thus, water becomes safe for drinking. This process of killing germs and bacteria present in the water by passing chlorine gas into that is called chlorination. Okay, by chlorination process also, water can be made safe for drinking. One of them we told it is boiling, but boiling needs continuous burning. So burning of fuel there for 10 to 15 minutes that may consume more fuel. So to avoid that difficulty, it is other process chlorination. In that, chlorine gas is passed into the water which contains germs and bacteria. So this chlorine gas has a property to kill the bacteria and germs present in it. In that way, water is made safe for drinking. This process of killing germs and bacteria by passing chlorine gas is called chlorination. Generally, this chlorine gas cannot be taken. Generally, this chlorine gas is made into certain tablets. So those tablets are supplied to the explorers and soldiers because they take the water from the available sources and they dissolve these tablets into them. So when these tablets are dissolved, they produce chlorine gas which kills the germs and bacteria. Okay. Next, by distillation process, it is one of the methods for purification of water. So distillation is probably the oldest method of purification of water. Water is first heated to the boiling point. What is the boiling point of water? We know as it is 100 degrees Celsius. So first water is collected or taken into a container which is called distiller. It may contain some impurities in that. Now this water is heated to its boiling point around 100 degrees Celsius. The water vapor rises to a condenser where cooling water lowers the temperature, so the vapors is condensed, collected and stored. See what's happening here? The impure water or the water containing impurities is taken in a container and it is heated to its boiling point. So by heating to boiling point, water converts into vapor form. Those vapors of water are collected through a delivery tube. So while passing through the delivery tube, this water is cooled by power with a condenser. Okay. Well, after cooling, what happens? These water vapors will be converted into droplets of water, and those water droplets are collected in the another container. So there, the water collected is the purest form of water. This is also called distilled water because this water is collected by the distillation process. So this water is also called distilled water. This distilled water is the purest form of water because on evaporation, on heating here, on boiling here, only water molecules will come into gaseous state and thus they are collected into other container. All the remaining impurities are settled in this itself. All the impurities are remained in this container itself. Only pure water molecules are coming into this container. That is why the water collected in the distillation process is the purest form of water. So distilled water is purest form of water, you can say. Distillation is used to create distilled water. Distilled water is widely used by chemical and biological industries, mainly in laboratories. So remember, this distilled water is not suitable for drinking because distilled water contains no impurities in it. Impurities in the sense it contains no other substances. Actually, the water which is suitable for drinking should contain certain salts in it, isn't it? Around 2 grams of salt should be dissolved in it. Not only that, certain gases also should be dissolved in that, like oxygen and carbon dioxide. That water is suitable for drinking, which is called as potable water. But this distilled water contains no dissolved salts or no dissolved gases. So it is not suitable for drinking. But this purest form of water, that is distilled water, is widely used in chemical industries and even in the laboratories also. for injection purposes. For this all, they use this distilled water. Okay, but not for drinking. Okay, that's about purification of water with the different processes. Okay, thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our YouTube channel Aims Today and visit our website aimstoday.in for latest updates on recorded videos.